and I went to the gym. Period. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Ollie. I'm a lifestyle creator who's obsessed with self-care. Here we focus on living a self-care lifestyle and being the best versions of ourselves. So as you can tell by the title, today we're gonna be talking about how to become that girl. That girl that's up early in the morning, that girl that's drinking her lemon water and her tea, that girl that goes to the gym on a regular basis, that girl that gets all her groceries and has this nice meal plan, that girl that's on top of her job, that girl that just seems to have it all together. What if I told you that that girl doesn't actually have it all together? She just has really good routines. She has just gotten her routine so down pat that even when she's in a bad mood, even when she doesn't have the best day, she has a way of getting herself together. Today we're going to be talking about how to build routines in order to become that girl, that version of yourself that you long for, and how to sustain them over time. Returners know the drill, but if you're new here, go ahead and grab a snack, grab a drink, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the video. Alright friends, today we're going to be talking about how to build routines in order to become that girl, essentially the best version of yourself. This is something that I care a lot about. I am someone that cares a lot about routines. They ground me, they keep me going, and obviously because they give me kind of like structure to my life. I think a lot of people get to this age, you know, in their mid, some 20s, maybe 30s, when all the structure of life has really gone. The only structure you really have is your job. And it's hard to kind of feel on top of things because life just kind of feels all over the place. So for me, the way that I'm working to become the best version of myself is by setting up routines in order to reach for that ideal version of Ollie. So let's start by top of the day, starting with our morning routine. So obviously I'm starting with the morning routine because I believe how you start your day sets the tone for the whole day. Obviously, if you don't have the best morning routine, it doesn't mean that your day is gonna be shit, but I do think that the way you start your day sets the tone for the day. It kind of grounds you, it centers you, and it puts you in the best standing to do the best you can that day. For me, the main things in my morning routine are meditation, movement, and mindfulness. This is something that if you follow me on TikTok, I've talked about extensively. Again, if you don't follow me on TikTok, I've talked about this a few times, starting every day with meditation, movement, and mindfulness. So when I say meditation, I mean exactly that. Sitting, I honestly meditate in bed. I start every day with meditation. And this is also good because I have severe asthma. So part of what I have to do in the morning is take a 1-a-day inhaler. So a lot of times I keep my inhaler by my bed. I wake up and that's the first thing I do is I drink some water and I take my inhaler. And then I just take a lot of intentional breaths. I feel like the intentional breathing feels so good in the morning because my lungs just opened up from the medication. I'm feeling good. I just woke up. I'm smelling the fresh air before everybody starts going outside. And it's just the best time to do some intentional breathing. So I usually like to sit, palms up, depending on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I go palms down if I need to feel centered. If I'm trying to receive and I'm trying to kind of take in energy, I go palms up. And then I usually start by scanning my body. So I start with, how's my head feel? Do I have a headache? Do I feel any tension anywhere? How does my jaw feel? How does my neck, how's my collarbone feel? Literally going down the body and scanning how these body parts feel. I think sometimes we're so quick to get up and move that we don't really take inventory of how we feel. And sometimes being able to take inventory first thing in the morning, again, sets you up for success. So if you wake up and you notice that your head's a little tight, all right, take Advil with your breakfast so you can get going rather than waiting so you feel that raging headache at 3 p.m. If you wake up with a kink in your neck, go ahead and use a hot compress first thing in the morning. Get rid of that kink. So I just feel like starting your day with meditation, scanning your body, then taking some intentional breaths. I usually do this for 3 to 5 minutes. It's not a long time. But doing that on a daily basis, it really centers me, it grounds me, and it's also something I can come back to. If I get to a point in my day that I'm feeling frustrated, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling pissed off, I will do that in my house. I will literally sit on the floor facing the window and I will meditate and I will just reground myself. Next thing, I go into movement. So this is what I think is so important, especially if you're in your 20s and your 30s, because you don't have that athletic body that you used to have, baby. All right, that high school body is starting to go. You need to stretch your hips. You need to stretch your body because if not, you're gonna feel so tight and so sore all the time. Even if you're someone that doesn't go to the gym, you're gonna go up a flight of stairs and your ankles are gonna start to hurt. Like, you just gotta take better care of yourself when you get into this age, not even in like a weight loss fashion, just in like a care fashion. So waking up and moving your body intentionally only needs 30 minutes of movement. So if you're someone that doesn't like going to the gym, I would recommend taking a class. That's what my best friend does. She goes to classes. So she'll do like the dance or like Tabata, like she'll do things like that she finds very fun. You can do an activity. Maybe you go and hit a tennis ball against the wall in the morning. You know, maybe you go and you shoot some hoops in the morning. Maybe you just go for a walk around the block. Maybe you just do some yoga in your apartment. Doing something, 30 minutes of movement, breaking a sweat. So I feel like if you're doing yoga, don't do like, you know, don't just shavasana the whole time. Get up and actually break a sweat. This also is to release endorphins. This is why I think it's so important to have a morning routine that includes movement, because starting your day with exercise will literally put you in a better mood. I feel like I'm always in a better mood when I wake up, go to the gym, then take a shower and get ready to go to work. I feel like the days that I wake up and I just take a shower and go to work, one, I'm like half awake. I feel like I'm not fully awake. I'm also someone that doesn't really drink coffee that much. I would rather just start my day with a workout and know like I'm up, I've been up for a couple hours, rather than just rolling out of bed and going directly to work. So you're also gonna notice that your body feels better on a regular basis when you're moving your body routinely. Again, this is just a part of getting older that you have to be mindful of. Our body wants to get stiff. As we get older, our body wants to shrivel, it wants to harden. So you have to continuously move, stretch your body, or else I notice it, like if I go on vacation and I don't work out for the week, when I get back to the gym that next week, it's like, oh my God, it's like I'm carrying bricks on my back. Your body just needs constant movement to keep you healthy, to keep you going, to help you live longer. So it's so important for me to start that in the morning. And then lastly, I mentioned mindfulness. So some people are like, what's the difference between meditation and mindfulness? Meditation is not only just about clearing your mind, it's also about scanning your body, it's about centering and being present. Mindfulness is actually about scouring your mind. It's about being present with the thoughts and thinking and like doing something with it. When I say mindfulness, I mean either starting your day with a gratitude practice, starting your day with journaling. For me, this is really about starting your day with either like gratitude or journaling. Those are the only two I would really recommend. You can maybe do audio journaling. I only really do that when I'm angry, but I think in terms of mindfulness, I really think starting the day with like, maybe like you set a timer and for 2 minutes, you're just gonna write. Maybe you write about what you wanna accomplish this day or how you felt about yesterday or what you hope to like do today. And starting your day with that bit of mindfulness of just kind of like looking inwards for a little bit and then also expressing gratitude, I think is so important going into your day. Again, it grounds you. It ensures that you're creating time and space for yourself, especially as adults that have to work and you have to take care of your home. Maybe you have kids and a husband, like maybe you have a lot on your plate. Starting your day with a little bit of mindfulness to just bring it back to you, I think is so important for grounding yourself. It's also gonna help you become that girl and become that version of yourself that you wanna be, because every day you're gonna start with intention. So if you start every day saying, maybe you wanna lose weight, and every day you start by saying, all right, this is what we're gonna eat today. This is what the workout's gonna be. And this is how I wanna feel by the end of the workout. And just being mindful before you go into the day, it's gonna help you be more intentional towards your goals. It's gonna help you just feel better in general. I feel like I feel really on job. Like I feel really on top of my shit when I wake up and I do my little gratitude, like journaling and my little entry. I feel just so, like I just feel like that girl. Like I really feel like you got your shit together, Ollie. And it's little things like that, just creating routines for yourself that are gonna give you something to almost grade yourself off of, and another way to make you feel good and make you feel like that best version of yourself. All right, so outside of morning routines, another piece of what makes us feel like that girl, or a way we're going to become that girl, is ensuring that we're able. But essentially the way that we're going to become that girl when it comes to our daytime activities is ensuring that we're able to be productive every single day. And then also outside of being productive is being able to grade yourself and having like some kind of metric to tell yourself you did that. You had, you know, like a good day. So for me, I actually have a whiteboard that I keep in my kitchen. You guys probably see it behind me when I film in my kitchen. And I usually put like a little quote there to make myself feel good. So right now I have consistency is key. That's what I have written on my fridge. So I see that first thing in the morning. And then also on my fridge, I write down 3 check boxes, and I essentially have like morning routine, mini clean, nighttime routine. So this is an easy routine that I recently implemented that's helping me to become that girl and that version of myself that I'm really, pushing towards by having a checklist right in front of my face every morning. Did you do your morning routine? You define what your morning routine looks like, but having something, at least for me, having something that I can go back to and be like, check, I did that. Ooh, oh, I don't know. It's like crack. I don't know. It feels good. It just feels really good to be able to check something off a list. So having a checklist in front of me every morning that I'm like, all right, did my morning routine. When I do a mini clean my house, I'm like, check, we cleaned today. Because again, I live in a studio. So if I don't clean on a regular basis, it's basically always a mess. It's already a mess right now. So I tell myself like that girl, that version of Ollie that I long for is a clean person. She's someone that lives in a pristine space. So making sure that I'm cleaning on a daily basis and having that little checkbox as a routine is a way that I can kind of keep myself accountable, but also give myself a metric so I can pat myself on the back. Outside of having productive days, another way that we're gonna become that girl is to ensure that we're incorporating fun into every day. So for me, I go into the office, I have like a hybrid schedule. So this sometimes can feel limiting in terms of like, I don't have a full day to myself, even if I have to work. Like, it feels a lot different when you're working from home versus working in an office. So what I've done is I've basically changed some of the ways that I move with my life in order to work better with my job and ensure that I can still be that version of Ollie without letting like work get in the way. So for instance, if I need to go to the pharmacy, rather than doing that on the weekend, I send my medication to the pharmacies near where I work. So that way, if I want to just go on like a hot girl walk in the middle of the day, I can take a little 15 minutes, walk over, get my medication, come back. And it's nice because I get to get out in the sunshine. It also makes me more motivated to dress up to go to work, because it's not like I'm dressing up to go sit in an office all day. It's like, no, like you're gonna dress up, but you're gonna be on the train. You might be running errands. You might be going to lunch, Sometimes I will like eat my lunch quickly and go to like Sephora during the middle of the day. One, because it's empty, nobody's there, so it's nice. But then also it's like, instead of using the weekend to do those little errands, if I need to pick up something at Target, go and get it in the middle of the day, just run that little 20-minute errand and go get it. And I find that doing that also makes my days feel fuller. Like it doesn't feel like I just woke up, gym, work, sleep. It's like, okay, I woke up, I went to the gym, I went to work, I went to get lunch with a friend, I did this, I went to happy hour. So having a way to incorporate fun into every single day. I know this depends on your schedule, so understood that I'm speaking from a place of privilege, but if you do have the privilege of being able to take time after work and go to a happy hour, or take time during work to go to lunch, take time during work to run a quick errand, I would really use those resources. You would be so surprised, one, how much happier you're gonna feel with your day-to-day life when you're incorporating your actual life in with your work days. But two, you're gonna really feel like that girl, because you're gonna come home every day and be like, damn, I got all these things done and I went to the gym. Period. Along with a morning routine, I think it's really important to have a nighttime routine, some kind of unwinding routine in order to be that girl. Think about it. Whenever you see that girl content, you always see the nighttime routines of people doing their skincare, doing a mask, using their gua sha and their ice rollers, they're drinking like lemon water or tea, they're in bed reading. Like, it doesn't have to be super idealized, but having a nighttime routine will definitely make you feel like that girl. For me, my nighttime routine is really to do like a mini clean, because I love waking up to a clean space. So just kind of picking up the clutter. This is not a time that I start vacuuming or like mopping or anything like that. This is just like put all the dishes in the dishwasher, take up all the trash, make sure it's outside, and just make sure I'm waking up to a clean space. After that, doing my skincare, I usually just double cleanse, tone, and use some like hydrating serums. I'm very basic when it comes to skincare. But doing that skincare, going to bed with the full glossy, oiled up face. I usually like to put on lotion and perfumes before I go to bed. So I have a silk robe that I like to put on. I'll put on that robe. I'll usually use a little bit of scented lotion, some perfume on like my wrist and like on my shoulders, so like I can smell it. And it's just nice too, because when I wake up and I put that robe back on, it's like you smell good. You just feel like that girl. And also having like a Carrefour or like I don't know if that's the correct word. I'm thinking of a decanter. Having something that beside the bed that you can put water and like a drink in. girls. Essentially, this product that I got from Amazon, not only does it make me drink more water, but it just makes me feel like that girl because it's so cute. Like, it's so cute, it's so regal looking, and it was literally like 15 bucks. So it's like finding things like that it's like keeping water right by your bed, you know. I have this one really small dish that I usually put ice, and I put like my gua sha, my ice roller in it, because then when I'm doing my skincare and I have this like iced like gua sha right there, not only is it just aesthetically pleasing, but it makes me feel like, like we really have it together, girl. So doing those little things for yourself, it does not have to be expensive, but doing that and creating a nighttime routine so every night you go to bed feeling like just, you know, cute and sexy and warm and just like cuddly. I would also recommend turning the TV off at a certain point. So usually when I'm getting ready for bed, I will either turn the TV off or I'll put on a playlist. I usually try to not watch TV until I sleep. I kind of leave that for the weekend, like a weekend treat. But on like a regular basis, I try not to get into bed while I'm watching TV, because again, I feel like I need my body to, you know, actually wind down, and TV is very stimulating. So having like almost like a drop dead point, for me, I also have Google Lights. So these help me a lot because I have my lights on a schedule. On every day of the week at 9 a.m., the lights come right on, full brightness. So like, even if it's a weekend, I'm probably not sleeping in past night. And personally, I'm like, unless you're sick, there's no reason you're sleeping past night. Get the fuck out. That's just for me. No shade. That's just for me. Using like gadgets and technology to work in your favor. I have my lights at a certain time. I think it's like 30-ish minutes after sunset, they dim a little bit. And it's not really noticeable. They usually just like dim and go like into a more yellow tone light. And that's really nice because when I get home from work, I have this tendency to sit on the couch. So if I notice that like those lights are starting to dim, it kind of tells me, hey, the sun just went down, girl. Like it's getting late. Like you should go do something, you know? And then I also have a drop dead point. At 10 p.m., the lights go off. Just like they go, well, not off, but they go to like 2% to the point that it's dark. Like it's dark in the room. It's like a night light at that point. So it's also a way for me to kind of tell myself, hey, if I'm watching TV and all of a sudden the lights go off, it's a signal to my brain now to be like, turn the TV off and go get ready for bed. Like it's time to go to bed. The thing that's like funny but nice about being an adult is that all the structure and the rules that you had as a kid, you kind of have to find ways to reinforce them in order to become that girl. A big part of being that girl and that best version of yourself is having structure. It's having rules, it's having regulations to your life and not just living willy-nilly. And it doesn't mean you have to be rigid and everything has to, you know, go to a T, but it means like having those kind of standards for yourself. Like, this is how I live my life and this is how I maintain that system. So for me, I like waking up early, but just telling myself I like waking up early isn't enough. I have a morning routine. I have scheduled lights that come on at a certain time. I have alarms set. I don't have blackout curtains in my apartment, so I'm always waking up to the sun. So having things outside of like the habits you want to form that are actually going to reinforce those habits. And that actually is the reason why I'm such an early riser now, because it's all of the things that I do, not just the fact that I'm like, I want to wake up early. When it comes to like your day-to-day productivity, having tools that help you be productive. For me, I like to use Pomodoro timers. I'm really big on using Pomodoro timers because I need breaks. I need regular breaks, but they help me immensely. If I just tell myself, all right, for 15 minutes, Holly, 15 minutes, we're going to bang out emails. And once that timer goes off, all right, we can look at our phone. And once that timer goes back off, all right, we're back to emails. Doing that keeps me being productive. It makes me feel like that girl because it's like I'm on top of my shit, but I'm also not being rigid with myself. I'm not being like restrictive. I'm still being able to have fun, look at social media, text my friends back, but it's not like I'm letting that detract from what I need to do. You know, I want to get out of the office more during the day, so sometimes I eat my lunch outside. More than often, I go out to eat. I don't really like to bring my lunch because I'm like, I want a reason to go out, be in a restaurant, you know, whether it's like a Sweet Green or like a nice actual restaurant for lunch. Like, my favorite thing to do. Just finding reasons to get outside, explore New York. That's the one thing I love about living in New York is that there are so many, I've been working at my job for multiple years now, and there are so many restaurants around where I work that I still have not gone to just because of how many restaurants there are in New York. So like finding ways to incorporate that fun into my day-to-day life makes me feel like that girl, that best version of myself, that like, you know, that Carrie Bradshaw, Sex and the City type girl that's like going to lunch with her friends and talking about her job and talking about her man. Like, that, you know, that's the vision. So like finding ways that you can incorporate that and actually creating systems around how you're gonna reinforce the habits that you're trying to create. So if you've gotten to this point of the video, I hope you're feeling inspired. I hope you have some new tools of how you're going to become that girl, that best version of yourself. Let me know if you're going to be implementing a morning routine or a nighttime routine. Let me know what new productivity hacks you're going to be using, because I might want to take some of y'all's. If you enjoyed this video, please give it some love down below. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any new uploads, and I will see you guys in the next one.